What's going on, everyone? Today we are bringing back an old classic rig. The old faithful rig, a rig that will never let you down, the bobber and hook method. And today we're here to catch dinner. So here in Maryland, they classified fishing as an essential, which is awesome. I totally agree. We should be able to harvest our fish. We should be able to go out and hunt for our own food instead of having to go to the grocery store. But the only limitation is it must be for sustenance fishing only. No fishing for leisure, no fishing catch and release. So we are here to catch dinner. We're here to catch white perch, to be more specific. And today we're going back to an old classic method of using a bobber and hook. This way has been working for many years. I'm going right back to it and seeing how much fish I can catch today. The idea is very simple. You have a float and you have a either weighted hook or a unweighted hook. I've got a fly tied on mine. This is supposed to mimic like a grass shrimp. I think it looks pretty good. I tied this myself. I have a clip-on bobber right here that I can clip on to whatever distance I want. So depending on how deep the fish are, I will set my bobber to that. Now this is a weighted bobber right here, so it'll stand straight up when I throw it into the water. But I think the fish are not that deep. I think they're only like maybe 6 inches to 7 inches below the water surface. At most like a foot. So I'm going to set it to that. Okay, so I've got it set to about a foot now. And what we're doing is we're hopping spots on this boat. All these techniques work on shore as well. We are just on boat because we're trying to practice social distancing, and it's easier to hop from spot to spot for us. What we're doing is we're hopping from tree pile to tree pile and looking for perch that are hiding on this structure. So let's do some fishing. I gotta slow it down because I don't want to scare everything away. Do it nice and easy. Come up to your spot as quiet as you can. And this goes if you're fishing on land or on shore. All right, let's get started. Whoa, that's a nice one. Float and fly. I'm saving them. That's a great size one. Not too big, not too small. Now these perch, they feed not only by sight, but by taste. They actually can taste it before they even ingest it. They have taste buds on their lips, so they can numb it and get a taste of it before they even actually swallow it. They can put their lip on the bait and be able so they're a little finicky. When they're finicky like this, I like to put a little piece of bait on the end, just to taste. Oh, I have my Squidy Bits, and all I need is just one little bit of the tentacle, just like this. And this should last a while. So now this will provide the scent. I'll put it on just like this, just like I do a worm. But now this should stay on longer. See that? Now this has got natural action. Once this hit the water, it's gonna take in moisture again, and it's gonna start moving like a real thing again. Nice. Wow, that's a nice one. That one's going in the bucket. So right now we're just drifting around trying to find a school of these perch. When you find one, you're hoping to find the whole school. And once you find the whole school, it's fish after fish after fish. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the big pot of them. If I catch one or two here or there and I'm not finding them really solidly, I'm gonna keep moving. So right here, this spot I've picked off a couple, but it's not the big school I'm looking for. Let's move. All right, time to move spots. When you come up onto a new spot, you gotta really sneakily get into it. So usually I'll shut off my motor and really just paddle into that spot and then anchor down. This next spot, I'm gonna see if I can find any grass shrimp here, because I know there's a lot of grass over here. Grass shrimp is a really good bait. Right around here. It's important to be stealthy, because you don't want to scare him away. What's up?
Hi.
Talk to me.
I can't film and do the anchor at the same time.
Here. Oh, it's a largemouth bass. Wow. I was not expecting that. That's a tiny little one. We don't want that. I mean, this technique works for all sorts of different kind of fish. That's what I love about it. You see that go down? Oh, that's a nice chunky one. There we go. Thank you. Time to move spots again. And we just keep jumping around until we find the hole. But once you find that hole, that's why they call it a honey hole. Perfect. Now I love this method of fishing because it's so visual. I get to watch my bobber go down. Sometimes they don't pull it all the way down. Sometimes they just wobble it a little bit. And you gotta really pay attention. It's really fun to watch them bite. And there's all sorts of different ways to fish it. You can cast it and leave it in one spot. You can cast it and kind of just twitch it back real slow. And this twitching action underwater makes the fly look like it's really slowly moving. And my fly in particular, I'm trying to mimic what's called a grass shrimp. Grass shrimp there's a lot of them around this area. And actually when I caught them before, I opened their stomachs and I found that it was full of grass shrimp. So that's why I tied up a bunch of grass shrimp flies. All right, let's go in there and get it. I'm stuck on a tree. And this happens sometimes and it sucks. You're an anchor lady, you're an everything lady.
Aww.
Let's keep moving. Right there. Get ready to drop anchor, Aaron. I want to anchor right there by this tree. left their house here. Here's the anchor lady. Behind the scenes, holding the camera, dropping the anchor, pushing the paddles. I couldn't get into position without this girl. She is what makes this show possible. So everybody, give us a thumbs up. Give her a round of applause. This is my anchor lady. Good job getting us in position all the time, Aaron.
Thank you.
If you take a look at this river, this is a tidal river, meaning that this has tides. Water comes in, water goes out every 6 hours. There's a 1 hour in between called slack tide. This slack tide is where everything is still. But the water is really starting to move again. And you can see the channel. You can see how there's calm water and fast moving water. We're looking for spots right off of the fast water that perch are hiding and waiting to ambush things that swim by. Because the perch, they're also looking for food too. They're waiting for minnows, they're waiting for grass shrimp. The position that you're in is very important. So when you're looking for fish, you're typically looking for moving water and slow water right next to it, just in general. See, look at that tree right there, that's right off of the current. That's gonna be holding some fish right there. Let's try. Now I'm throwing the same thing except without the float this time. Just to see if they're a little deeper or not. Whoa. Whoa.
What happened?
I thought I was stuck on something. Holy crap. It's a big largemouth bass.
What?
It's a largemouth bass.
You got stuck on a fish.
I got stuck on a fish. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Lip it.
That's a nice one. Holy crap. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty fat.
That's what it bit off. It hit me earlier. Whoa. Dang, that is a nice bass.
It's been a while since you caught one of those.
It's been a long time. Look at that. On a little fly. On this little hand-tied fly I did last night. Oh, actually, Aaron, this is the one you did last night.
Hey.
That's awesome. This is a nice, chunky, fat bass. All right.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. On 4-pound line while targeting crappie.
You mean perch.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, targeting perch. Big fat bass. All right, time to release this guy. I don't eat him, so I'm gonna release him. Wow, thanks for the fight, man. That was so awesome. Holy crap. This is like super basic rig, and I'm catching all sorts of different kinds of fish on it. It's so fun. I did the same thing except without the bobber pretty much, and I thought it was a shad.
So what happened?
This is what happened. I was casting out to see how deep it was without the float, and something just hit it and ran with it. Then it got stuck on something, and I was like, shoot, whatever, I'm just gonna leave my line on that one area right there. So I left my line right there, and then my line started moving again. I was like, whoa, what the heck is going on? I think the bass ran itself into the tree, got itself stuck, and then swam around and released it, and then I was able to land it. It was a crazy coincidence. Just goes to show, simple fishing is very effective fishing. So I don't personally eat bass, but I've heard that bass tastes very good. Can you guys confirm? Has anybody out there eaten bass or regularly eats bass that thinks I should try and do a catch and cook with one? I don't know. Last time I had one was at the creek, and it was pretty okay. But it wasn't a huge one like that, the one I just caught. Give me some suggestions. And it may be surprising that such a nice sized fish hit such a small little lure, but this is what there's a lot of little minnows and stuff like this, grass shrimp, crawfish, all sorts of things that are this size that big fish go after. This is proof that elephants do eat peanuts. Okay, so I have two rods. I've got a float rod with a float on it, and another rod, which is a tandem rod, which is the same thing, but it doesn't have the float. So I can find the distance that the fish are at first, and then I'll set the bobber on my actual bobber rod. So this is more of a searching one, and this is more of once I found them, I'm going to pinpoint them. So I'm going to do some searching with this one now. Now look at this fly I tied the other day. Look at that. I tied this one yesterday, and I'm trying to mimic a grass shrimp here. Does it kind of look like one? This is why it's important to know your knots, because you're going to be doing a lot of time when you're fishing, and you don't want to be spending your time trying to remember how to tie these knots. Okay. Ooh, a nice perch. Now this one's on the tandem rig. That's a good size one. And now I found that a little bit deeper, so I'm going to set my bobber now. You know what? I'm going to keep using the tandem. The tandem's working pretty well. That's another go-to. I let it sink all the way to the bottom first. Once it's at the bottom, you'll know because your line stops moving. Once it's on the bottom, I bounce it up, and I just keep bouncing it back. If there's nothing on the bottom, I try mid-column, so I don't let it hit the bottom initially. Ooh, I'm on another one. I'm on another one. I found him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bit the grass shrimp one this time. Male. Keeper. That one's for Granny. Tandem rig. And with this one, you have to really watch your line. It's a little bit harder to fish than the float one. Whew. On another one. I found the hole. That's the hole. These are the best eating size ones right here. Not too big, not too small. Now I'm going to put on a float rig. I know where they are. Now, the float rig works well because you can keep it in the strike zone every time. And the strike zone is where the fish are sitting, right? So I find the strike zone with the other rod, and then I use this rod to get it down and holding it to basically where the fish are. There you go. Whoa, nice one. There. See, you gotta find the depth, and then you'll find the fish. There. There we go. That's a nice one. There we go. I'm right in the strike zone now. That's perfect. I think I found me a honey hole here. Nice one. This is a nice one on Squidy Bits. This is the biggest one yet on Squidy Bits. Wow. See that? And the Squidy Bit stays on. Look at that. Yeah, that's it. on something. Whoa, that's a nice white. Oh my golly. Whoa. That is a big sunfish. That is a huge one. Nice. On the Squidy Bit fly combo. This is a good eating size fish too. So we're keeping this guy. I found a good spot right in here. Right there. Oh yeah. Oh, a double. Oh yeah, oh my gosh. A crappie and a yellow perch. Oh my God, that's so crazy. That is so crazy. 2 at a time. Jesus. Thank the good Lord. Thank the Mother Earth. Look at that. That's so awesome. That is so cool. And it bit the Squidy Bits. Again. And there you have it. This is how you use 2 very simple rigs to catch a bunch of fish. The tandem rig and the float and fly setup are 2 of my favorite ways to catch a bunch of fish. You saw I caught a bunch of small fish, and I also caught a nice big fish on the tandem rig. It catches all sorts of different kinds of fish, and it's great for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. Here at Hey Skipper, we want to help you guys catch fish. We want to make it easy to learn how. And we do this by teaching you through our ebooks and our online resources, such as YouTube and our website, heyskipperfishing.com. On our website, I have a whole bunch of ebooks and PDFs and tutorials that I have designed and I have written myself to help you guys learn. So I teach stuff like how to tie knots, how to tie certain rigs, surf fishing, pier fishing, all sorts of different kinds of fishing, you name it. Check it out, heyskipperfishing.com. I'm really happy with the variety of fish I caught today. Big, small, different species. And this goes to show you can apply this in your area and catch all sorts of different fish yourself. It's not going to be it might not be the same kind of fish that I'm catching, but I'm telling you, this works everywhere. Freshwater, saltwater, brackish water, you name it. Give it a try. Now I'm going to take these fish, we're going to take them home, and I'm going to show you how I cook them up. All right, I'm back at home. I've got my catches, and we're gonna clean them up now. Some of this is bait, some of this is for my family, some of this is for us. So let's sort through this. Crappie, a little yellow perch, some nice white perch. Not a bad night, not a bad evening. Cut off the fins, scale it, gut it, and then you're good. Done. All clean on the inside. I'm going to go inside now and finish prepping them. Okay, now let's fry up some fish for lunch. Mixing flour, a little bit of salt, and that's it. Now I'm going to cut it so that it has slits everywhere, right? And then I'm going to crisscross it. Watch how I cut it. I'm cutting down to the bone, but not past the bone. Right? And then I'm going to crisscross it just like this. Now we coat it with the flour. Rub it in. Get it in here. We have to make sure that it's dry. You don't want to fry a wet fish. Oil will splatter everywhere. As it's in the oil, I'm going to be spooning hot oil. So that it cooks everywhere. Make sure you get it into its stomach right here. Head, because you're going to make the whole thing crunchy. So crunchy that you'll be able to eat the ribs. They'll be like chips. Wow, there we have it. Nice golden fried white perch. Okay, so you see how we cut it earlier? This will just come right out, just like that. Oh yeah. Mmm. Oh yeah. Mmm. What a delight. I love this fish. White perch is among one of my favorite fishes to eat because it's flaky white meat, really sweet and delicious. Oh my gosh. That was delicious. Another bite. They just come right off, one cube at a time. Mmm. That is good stuff. Yep. All right, I'm gonna finish out eating this. Aaron's gonna join me. Cameras are going off, but I wanna thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you all for watching this, and I'll see you next week.